Okay, what's up, guys? Morning. How we doing? Give me a mic check and video check. All right, all good. Okay, I'm gonna start off with my expectations. So, with today, right, I mentioned this range, we were down here. Unfortunately, right, this was all made up in basically London, right, and parts of Asia. We've taken this high now on ES, so there's SMT there, okay? However, what I want to do for today is I think today's gonna set up nicely for Thursday or Friday because the news events are Thursday, Friday. Those are the two main news events. Okay, it's recording, yeah. The two main news events are tomorrow and Friday. So I want to let today's price action play out and see then because I think whatever happens today sets up tomorrow and day after for an easy, obvious trade. Okay, and there's that FOM. There's no news today, right? I think so. I think there's only the FOMC at 2 a.m., 2 p.m., but that's FOMC meeting minutes. That's not the actual FOMC. So yeah, let's see what Equity Open does in 5 minutes. We'll look at some FX as well, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. I think tomorrow and Friday is going to be actually really easy and pretty obvious. Okay, is YM showing more strength a little bit? Yeah. YM took the range high as well. We had the SMT here, a little bit weaker on NQ. So equity open in a little bit. What are we doing here on a lower time frame? Nothing. All right. All right, so let's see what equity open does first, and then we'll take it from there. This was pretty clean though. In London, I wasn't on the charts, but the continuation purge here, that was pretty clean. These are relatively equal with right now. There should be SMT here, right? Yeah. Yeah, still, let 930 pass. Don't think it's a good area to long before 930. Wouldn't be ideal. Okay, so let's see what the... Yesterday's 930 was weird though. Yesterday's was chop. Up, down, up. I know a lot of people got wrecked in this. But again, I think Thursday, Friday is going to be smooth. I think it'll be decent sized daily candles. I'll keep it on the 5-minute 4 equity open. I think Tom had mentioned longs on FX. Just check your USD. Yeah. Not interested in Forex. Yeah, we've got a small 4 FVG here. So let's see what 930 does. See what tomorrow and Friday. And then that could be easy. Where's Tom? He's off today. I don't actually think he's looking at any Forex as well, so... In this case, it's best to get confirmation on DXY. So yes, for me, nothing. Yeah. So Tom's not even looking for anything. So what about relative equal lows lower? I mean, I want to let today pass. I don't think if this is still gonna run up higher, I wouldn't expect it to go lower than this. FVG here. Okay, but then again, like I said, I think tomorrow's and Friday is going to be the very easy days. These are London's lows as well. Yeah, relatively equal. Might be engineered for 9:30. I was so sure of this morning reversal on euro. I would chalk that up to a valid loss. That would be a valid loss to me. If you waited for that CSD on the 4 hour, then yeah. Dump, bitch. Jeez, man. Chill out. It's how you know someone's in a trade. When the emotions come out. You just know AJ's got his fingers crossed. So you don't expect a continuation. I want to let today pass, bro. I think Thursday, Friday will be the best days to trade this week. If we can get that candle closure and everything on the downside and everything, then yeah. I think tomorrow is just a continuation purge then in that case. Okay, here, 10 second. Little equity open. Then it just chops back and forth like yesterday. Could. It could. Okay, into the hourly FVG. So now this is where we want to watch what today does. If we keep pressing lower, that just makes tomorrow a continuation purge, right? Just going on 1 minute. See what it's doing there. Nothing yet, really. A little bit of chop. M5 still looks nice. Yeah. Yeah, let's be patient though. What is... Holy fuck, okay. What? Bruh. Wham's taking this low, by the way. You're BE, where are you in from? SMT everywhere, yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't hold any significance right now to this SMT until something happens. Because until it would displace this is meaningless, right? What do I think about the 4 hour? Yeah, I think if we inverse this and close below here, then that makes it easy to sell off down to 24,000. Right, and this would be then SMT and then the CSD here, which would make, again, like I said, tomorrow Friday then would just be a dump, right? Would be easy, just equity open manipulation to the highs and then short. It would literally be that easy. But today's where we'll get the context, right? Because I'm not too eager to short just right here. Well, ain't that beautiful, huh? Is YM moving though? YM always on crack, yeah. It's also why NQ is a little bit weaker. If we look at ES, it should be stronger. Yeah. Yeah, so I think NQ would follow along. It's just gonna be weaker for the time being. That's wild. That wick is wild. Okay, it's catching up. You should see this clear the range high and go much deeper, higher. If you get this here, this closure, I think this goes a lot higher. Okay, no closure there yet. This is where you'd get a good lower time frame entry at the inverse and retest of this to get up here. Because yeah, 1 minute there's not even a fair value gap printed. This is the ugliest M1 chart yet. It's pretty shit. Would you be looking for the 1 hour gap to get closed for short? I'm not looking for the shorts. Right? I'm waiting for the confirmation because like I said, I personally think it's still gonna get up higher. Right? And I think if today gives decent structure, Thursday, Friday will just be a pump. But like I said, today's the confirmation for me for what the market wants to do for the news events tomorrow. Right, no closure there. I'm neutral, yeah. Yeah, neutral. Neutral until today's candle closure. I'll give the buys for Thursday, Friday, tomorrow. Yeah, there's no news events as well today. Is it like a thing you do the live streams on Wednesday, or is it? No, I do it twice a week, but I prefer Wednesday because it's usually the cleanest day of the week. If price does close, what would you consider the bullish target? Um, so if we get that 15-minute closure, I would look up here. I look at this. Yeah, but this doesn't mean I would short from here, right? I'd let today pass, like I said, then Thursday, Friday. If we're bullish for today, I'd still look at Thursday, Friday to be bullish as well. Okay, this price action for this open is a mess. Holy shit. So you wouldn't look for shorts from there because it would be too late. No, I'd prefer the shorts to come in next week. Right, and next week, depending on where we are, we'll see. If this is going to make up huge ranges on the upside, then we'd be looking here. Eventually, though, okay, from probably next week, that's where I still want 24,000. So you guys know I gave the 24,000 from here. That's still the overall high time frame direction for me is on the bearish side, but I want to see a deeper run higher. All right, now if we confirm the daily FVG today, then we can look at that. But if not, then I think next week sets the high. So overall trend still bearish. Yeah, so retrace higher into the range, yep. As well as I would watch and see this high, okay, on down, right? What I personally prefer, okay, is if we were to make up big ranges tomorrow and Friday with the longs, I'd prefer Dow takes the high and then Q doesn't. That's the SMT to go bearish again. In a perfect world, that happens. Are you still looking for 24K on Nas? I just went over that. I like the entire expectations for the rest of the month. Okay, and there are your daily FVG pattern traders. We're shorts here. I'm gonna get wrecked. It's just unfortunate there is no clean PA here. I wonder what the 15-second chart looks like with that PA, by the way. Let's see. ICT's favorite time frame. Okay, new 4 hour. Bullish, very bullish closure here from 6 a.m.'s candle. Okay, so expecting higher. Dow just cooking as usual. Okay, so keep this on your charts, okay? The daily FVG. Okay, because tomorrow we could inverse this, right, for longs to get up above here. Okay, because like I said, depending on the closure, right, we need to see the closure still. But if we close above the daily FVG, okay, that means bullish Thursday, Friday. Okay, and that's the key level for longs to continue higher to this high. And if we respect it, I'll update. Because that will depend where we are in the AM session. Okay, so if we close above here, okay, this is the game plan. Close above here and we get this. Okay, that's the higher time frame. Okay, 24K remains. Okay, get above here. Everyone's bullish again, and then that's when we're bearish. And that would be next week, not this week. So just expect, if we're above here after the end of this week, if we're above here, okay, or if we're edging it's here by the end of the week, Monday, Tuesday, high of the week, next week here. And then that should set the higher time frame high to go down here. Okay, and important is the SMT here with Dow. Right, so if Dow goes above here, you get that SMT, and then you look for down here. Please analyze the XY. I don't know, in a tricky position. I would just wait, okay? I would wait here. Yeah, because this run-up looks very suspect. Very suspect. But let's wait because you could see something extremely significant with this high. Big rejection here, bearish. But if it starts to break through this high, then look at it then. But so for now, until this gets taken and there's more information, just wait. Just be patient there. Okay, we've completed the range. It's aligning with what we want for the higher time frame. All right, so let's look at this tomorrow now. All right, have your key level here on the daily. And let's see what AM session offers if we can get the longs to up here tomorrow. All right. Anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, right? I'll update closer to AM session, or if it's clear in London like it was today, and today I sent it in Asia, if it's clear then I'll update you guys as soon as I see some clarity, okay? And then we'll talk tomorrow as well as Friday. I'll hop in stream Friday as well because I think we'll see a decent end of week, right, with the news events. All right, have a good day, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.